Yo, check, check. All
Dude,
right, we're good to go. Today we're here
that's
with
killer,
Alex
dude.
Eilers from Funeral Language. He is a multi-instrumentalist. He has an Instagram and TikTok where he shows some awesome shit, man.
Hell yeah.
and
Yeah, dude.
yeah, I first talked to you maybe like 6 months ago, and I was watching you jam on your guitar while screaming, and I'm like, how? Like, I usually see people play guitar and sing at the same time when it's not complicated and just like a rhythm
Yeah.
section, but you was like all over the place and like keeping a consistent tone screaming. I was like, whoa.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Sometimes I do wish I was just like strumming chords and singing along because holy cow, sometimes it's a bit much.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the
But
whole pat your
it's
head,
what we
rubber
love.
belly thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hell yeah, man.
Dude, that key change in that song, that was badass. I was not expecting that.
I was stoked that you picked that one because it's like that's one of my favorite songs I've ever written. I think it's so much fun. I love the way it moves, and it's just a party. And I think it needs more love. I love the new record. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, but man, there's something about that song in particular that I just gets me going.
Hell yeah, dude. So
Yeah, you pushed that. The some of those screams there, I'm like, wow, man.
Oh, dude,
Like you're giving it everything you got.
everything, man.
when I first listened to your record, I immediately had like flashbacks to early 2000s, and like my head was going like this sounds like a cross between like Every Time I Die, He Is Legend, and like
Yes.
all the elements that like just a really it sounds like an old record, but it's like new. It's fucked up. I love it,
No, I
man.
love that because I mean, those are two of my, obviously huge influences. And I was just talking the other day, like He Is Legend has consistently put out banger after banger record and it just is not getting the credit they deserve. Like Endless Hallway,
Yeah,
riff after riff. It's so good and no one was talking about it. And I'm
yeah,
like, this
man.
just isn't right. They are just consistently pumping out like the best record. So I will be any platform I get, I will be chirping about He Is Legend because man, they are out there just killing it.
Yeah,
Like it's
Yeah.
a record you put on and you're like, those guys were in the studio just having fun. Like it's the same
oh
kind of
yeah,
vibe I want when people like turn on my new record. It's like that's a dude who was just having a good time. Like that's exactly what I think
hell yeah,
happened when
dude.
they recorded their last record.
Hell yeah, they're always a band that has a unique style, and they
Oh
changed it
yeah.
up from like this is Holly, wait, I am Hollywood to like suck out the poison, but they still got like that rockabilly hardcore type shit going. I love it. Yeah.
So sick. Yeah, and they've just had a really natural evolution of their sound and you find it a lot when people get like nostalgic about records. You see it a lot with Norma Jean, right? Everyone's like, bless the martyr, bless the martyr. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Norma Jean's been pumping out great records. Like, or like
Yeah, for
Protest the
sure.
Hero is another big one. Everyone's like, Kazaya, Kazaya. I'm like, their latest record is my favorite record. Like,
yeah,
let's all collectively move on and realize that bands are still putting out absolute heat. All right,
yeah,
I'm done.
yeah.
Yeah.
We can move on.
Yeah, man, yeah, that's another band, Protest the Hero. I need to catch up on their discography because like
Oh, dude,
after
you're in
like
for a treat.
Blood Throne. Wait, was it Blood Throne or
Fortress.
Fortress? That I'm thinking.
Blood Meat was their big one off that one.
Yeah, and I listened to the one after that, and uh, 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 it was around that time I started getting into like a lot of extreme deathcore and stuff. And but I when that video and song blindfolds aside fucked me up, man. The first time I saw that, I'm like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. Real punchy. They got a unique sound for sure.
Yeah, and the vocalist does like vocal gymnastics like all over that song, and I'm like,
He is
what is going on?
wild,
What is
man.
going on,
Yeah.
dude? Oh
Things
man,
that I will never be able to do. Sing like that, dude,
Uh,
for sure.
yeah, you gotta be Canadian. No,
That's definitely it.
yeah.
You got to think like these bands too that you're talking about, like they're not new bands. They've been killing it for a long time, you know?
Long time. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
And just to stay on the top of your game and relevant in that, as the scene changes, which I think they've all accomplished, even though, they have their own place too. Just props to them for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you look at like Norma Jean and they've just been like, yeah, they're down to like what, one original member? Well, no, I guess none.
Yes.
Corey's really the longest standing one, but I mean, they've had a revolving door of musicians, but yeah, they've held their own, man. They've held their own for sure and stayed on top of. I saw them a couple years ago in Kentucky on the Death Rattle tour. It was such a good show. I was like, these
Yeah.
guys are on their A game for sure.
Hell
What was
yeah.
the most up to date album they've put out? Do you guys know off the top of your head?
Yeah, so it's Death Rattle Sing for Me. It had like the singles were Spearmint Revolt and fuck, one other one. It's pretty heavy. It's one of those records that has very obvious like standout great tracks and then like not so great but still like good and then some like filler. I thought yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big filler fan as you can tell from the way I write.
Oh no,
Right.
no filler there,
It's,
man. No
they
filler.
they definitely have some like vibier parts, whereas I'm like, okay, I'm way too ADHD for this. Let's move on.
Right.
I like
What was that? They put that out. Was it 20 like
Which one?
recent for the Norma Jean
That would have been God. It's probably been
2019 or something?
3 or 4, maybe 3 years now, 4 years
Okay.
now since that's come out. They're due for a new record. I feel like.
I know I remember like looking them up and was surprised because I'm one of those people that I look them up and I'm like, oh shit, they've put new stuff out, And this was back like 3, 4 years ago. And I jammed it. I remember talking to Sean about it. And I was like, dude, it's good. Like I remember it being
Oh yeah.
it still gave me the Norma Jean vibe. And then I did, my research just like you're saying, and was surprised to see that it's not necessarily original members at all. But I'm like, I we just talked about that with a previous guest and bands carrying on and passing the torch along. And I think it's important for people to recognize that the project itself carries on, maybe, yeah, okay, maybe it's a new vocalist, maybe it's a new drummer, or, however it may be, but take it for the band um, as a whole.
And that's something they've done really well. I feel like is that their sound has like you can put them on. You're like, okay, yeah, that sounds like them. Whereas other bands maybe like grow out of it to the point where it's like, well, why don't you just like change your name at this point? Like it's not even close. They've done really well. I feel like even with all the members that have been like cycled through of still keeping like that
Yeah.
very signature sound.
hell
So
yeah.
before we started the stream, you were mentioning um, back in your Michigan days. Can you talk about that? So did you have like ties to Michigan once before? Or?
So yeah, so I'm from Michigan, and I was gonna ask you, since it's Metal Mitten, is this a Michigan?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
Oh hell yeah, where are you guys at?
Monroe and Trenton.
Yeah, about
Okay, okay. So I was born in Muskegon, and my dad was a pastor, so we moved around a bunch. But I ended up back on like in the Thumb in Port Hope. So like if you're in do you know where Imlay City is by any
Mhm.
chance? So if you're in
Yep.
Imlay City and just keep going north until you hit water, it was this little village called Port Hope, like 300 people. It was wild. So I went to high school there, and then back over to um, the Grand Rapids area. I went to Grand Valley for college.
Oh, nice.
hell yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. I don't know if Sean knew that, but I had no idea that
Yeah,
you had.
no, I didn't. My grandpa lived in Mayo. That's pretty close to Muskegon.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love it there. I still have family there. I don't make it up as much as I'd like to. But yeah, my brother and I, we were in like a two-piece like post-metal instrumental band. Just like really, so think like Russian Circles, ISIS, Pelican, bands like that.
Oh, okay.
Sort of in that vein. And we gigged, God, we played forever. This would have been like 2000 2007 to 2000, like 2011 was when we were really hitting it hard on the west side.
Hell yeah.
Okay. We were like opposite poles then. We were east side, and
Right? Yeah.
I wonder if we ever crossed paths, because that was kind of like our
I went
heyday
to a
too.
handful of shows, over in Detroit, St. Andrews Hall and shit,
Yeah.
Warp Tour and stuff. So I mean, there's a chance we cross paths.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we were probably standing in the t-shirt booth in the same place.
Yeah.
Hey man,
You
I'm
ever
gonna
wonder,
talk to
like,
you in 15 years. You better
I
remember
know.
This has been a long time coming.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, man. So how would you say this, like the blend of a modern sound meets, these characteristics you take from earlier sounds and bands, like influences like Norma Jean or Every Time I Die. What's your
Yeah,
flow there,
I don't think it was intentional. I just think it just ended up like happening. Because if you listen to my first record, like it's just not, I like to say we all had to start somewhere, right? That was my start somewhere record. But it doesn't really sound like Cirque, the EP, or it doesn't sound like this new record. I had done that, and then that following Christmas, I was bored and I just wanted to write something stupid. So I was like, I'll just do some like dumb like Christmas covers. And that's where I really started to, because, I wasn't thinking, I wasn't trying to write something tough. I was just sitting there just being dumb with the guitar. And that's where that like, it kind of, I started doing like a lot of the ETID chord that I use in like all my songs, more like panic chord stuff. And I'm like, this is fun. Like, this is so much fun to play. It felt genuine to me. It felt like my own. It was one of those moments where like the kind of the stars aligned for me. I feel like I finally found my sound.
Yeah.
And after doing Cirque, I was like, okay, yeah, I want to explore this more because this feels really fucking good to me. So yeah, I think it was just sort of a culmination of everything that like influenced me from like my teenage and early 20s years. Just like it's been in here, right? And then it finally got a chance to kind of boil up, and it hasn't settled down yet. It's just it's finally rearing its head, and it's here to stay for a bit, I think. But it wasn't something I sat down and thought like, yeah, I want to start writing like this. It just sort of happened. And really, honestly, it happened when I bought this guitar. I don't know if it's going to show up. The EC 1000 that you always see me playing.
oh
This
yeah, that's a
fucking
nice
thing,
guitar. Hell
dude,
yeah.
it just writes different riffs.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I bought that guitar because a lot of the dudes that I love play that guitar. So I'm like, okay, I should probably have that. I'd never even touched it before. Never went to Guitar Center. Never held one in my life. And it was like kismet. I was like, fuck yeah, this thing feels. It's like I don't know. I feel like I probably put it on. There's like some light coming off of it or something. Like
Oh,
a single beam of light coming down on me. I was like, this is it.
Alex, the nettle gods have witnessed you.
Exactly.
the pick of destiny in guitar form.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we Sean and I both at one point owned EC 1000s back, especially in the 2010, 2009, probably, I think.
Did you have the white one?
era. I had the white one. Sean had
Hell
the
yeah.
black with gold hardware.
I think someone said I meant to look it up. Someone said they just discontinued this
Oh, really?
model, like the classic with the gold trim. Yeah, I have to look it up still.
Yeah,
but-
they're doing a new thing with the EC 1000s. That whole model has gone through so many changes. Like back in the early 2000s, they had like pearl inlays, and you could get like the chrome hardware or the gold hardware. But back then they came all glossy, and now
Yeah.
they had like the gloss, they had the matte finish, they got the Evertune, they got one without the Evertune.
Yeah,
I
seventh
look
grain.
I look at these guitars a lot.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah,
If
I
I could
love it.
find like my original one that I had, I would buy it right now, just because I kicked myself and got rid of it, And Sean, same thing. We both. I don't even know, dude. Where did yours go, Sean?
Uh, I think I needed money for hospital bills or something, and I sold
Yeah.
that. I sold a big block 5150 and a Mesa 412, which
Oh
I don't make me
man.
cry.
Yeah,
I was
right.
gonna say, dude, that's just the world of fucking gear trades, man. You need
Yep.
money for something, and it's just this like this never
Yeah.
ending cycle of, oh, I used to have, but now I've got this, and
Yeah.
I
it's
don't think
always
I'll do
fun.
it ever again. I tell myself all the time now, I'm like, I'll never sell another piece of something.
No. Yeah. I'm not doing this shit again. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kick
Dude,
myself.
you gotta get that white one back though. That just screams
Oh
like
man, I miss it so bad.
2005 fucking
Yep.
Yeah.
metalcore, you
Like
know?
despised icon. I always think of despised
Oh
icon
yeah.
because he always, as soon as like the ills of modern man came out, I went straight to Monroe, Michigan, and they have a little music store in there. And the guy sold about 7 different ESP guitars. And yeah, I walked out that day. Back then, it was only $800 for that
Oh
guitar,
my God.
and it was a Korea build. I mean, the owner of the store even says my technician just won't shut up about the quality of these guitars. I'm like your technician knows his shit. 'Cause,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, like Nat got one, and we all jammed downstairs at my house, and Nat had like a 6505 and
Hell
a
yeah.
nice cab, and I had like this Line 6 spider valve and a D52 cab, and yeah,
That spider valve ripped.
yeah, it did.
That Bogner
I'll just say I
line
had
six mic, dude,
a
it
co-
ripped.
a little line six spider combo, probably not as badass, but
Oh
for
yeah,
what
we
it
rocked
was,
those
I mean,
too.
it fucking
Yeah,
ripped.
I had those too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Shockingly good sound on those.
Yeah,
and
I we recorded our very first stuff, I think, was Sean and I both had spider matching I don't think I had the cab because I think the cabs, I don't know if they just didn't have enough power behind it. So we did switch out the cab, but um at the time for being versatile and being able to flip flop through a bunch of different presets and stuff, they were and
Yeah.
value, you know what I mean? They
yeah,
weren't that
Yeah.
yeah.
expensive. So Line Six is on top of their game, man. They've always done well.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you can see this. Can you guys see the let's see.
Oh
There
Oh,
yes,
it is.
dude.
nice, nice.
Yes. Man, I wanted one of those so bad back in the day, dude. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely I watch all the time. Them and I like the Viper Deluxes too. I would rock one of
oh
those
yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't
Hell yeah.
tell in your screen blocked it out. I could only see the
Yeah.
fretboard of your guitar. So you have the gold hardware. Is that
Yeah. Yep.
nice? I remember
It's a ripper.
Sean like sweated his to death and it like eroded the gold off of his. So
Yep, yep.
we had to switch out. We put some nickel hardware on it.
Nice.
Yeah,
It worked though.
the bridge. I think the bridge was the worst part because like you could see it flaking off and like it started getting into the strings and shit. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I ended up changing it for chrome. But I mean, other than that, yeah, that thing was a beast. And,
They
and
held
I
yeah.
see
It's a workhorse.
lots of new artists using them too. Like Blake from Disembodied Tyrant, he uses them. The guys from As I Lay Dying, I won't bring up that band again. But
Can't imagine why, Sean.
yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let me know how you feel about
You want to talk about exchanging numbers? No. Oh,
we get canceled before we started.
yeah.
Yeah, so your newest album though, Thank You for the Dead Body, right?
Yes. Yes.
What's the thought process behind the name and tell us a little bit about the album itself?
Yeah, so the name is sort of like a tongue-in-cheek, sarcastic, kind of ode, right, to all the people and things that have, a lot of the times I feel like, sort of like a walking shell of a man, kind of emptied out by, we all have stuff that along the way that just kind of fucks with us and chips away at us, and that was sort of my I don't know. I just came up with it randomly, and I kept thinking about it. And the more I thought about it, the more, because at first it just sort of felt like a jokey title, and I'm like, no, like I think it fucks. And
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just sort of like not like a middle finger to anybody in particular, but just sort of a hey, like you know, thanks for this, and not necessarily in a bad way. It's all those things sort of culminate to help me create the things I create. So, at the end of the day, how mad at it can I be?
Yeah, no, that's cool. I think if like you said, the middle finger to the people that can, and not that this is what you're writing about or necessarily, but like people that hold you back in life or that maybe don't want to see you succeed or do things, and you can say, "Hey, I persevere from that or this," and
Absolutely.
thank you for the dead body.
Yeah, and that's, there are the album is split pretty well between writing about myself and my own struggles and about other people, right? Like, the obvious song about somebody else is, Bailey Rubin. I pick a lot of things from my past. Whether it be, I was like deep, deep, deep in the throes of like nasty, crippling alcoholism. Just assumed it would kill me, like it was that bad. Coming up on 7 years sober in June, which is incredible.
Congratulations, man.
Thank
Congratulations,
you
man.
so
That's a long
much.
time. Oh yeah.
Yes. And so, just like that and, all just the bad relationships and, people that come and go and yeah, it just all sort of culminated into this sort of, thanks for
Yeah,
making me who I am, whether it's
yeah,
good, bad, indifferent, whatever.
Hell yeah,
yeah.
man.
I think that's a key takeaway. Like people always say, like I just seen a TikTok the other day. It was like, what would you tell? It was three words you would tell your 18-year-old self.
Oh my
And
God.
I randomly thought for a minute, I was like, probably don't give up, because I
I
think,
was gonna say, hang in there.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it
you know
gets
what I mean?
better.
Because yeah, and I honestly I don't think any of it, and I same deal, just some rough times for me coming up along into my adult years, and you look back and you're like, damn, I made it through that. I'll make
Yeah.
it through the next thing that comes along, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
So you have a voicemail at the end of Inhumane? How do you say that?
Inhumane. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's your niece, right?
That's my that's my brother.
Oh, it's your brother?
Yes.
All right, same thing. Niece,
Same
brother.
thing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
So what made you chose that for the clip in there? And
So with the voicemails, I needed one kind of the record sort of like, especially in terms of like the voicemails, it sort of like devolves. It sort of falls off. The wheels come off, right? Um, so I wanted to start with like this jovial, happy-go-lucky, like, hey, heard the record, it's fucking awesome. All right, see you later. It's just this quick, kind of goofy, voicemail he had left. Whereas, the next one is a buddy Mitch who's like, hey man, you're fucking up. Not cool. Like, go to therapy. Um, and then
yeah,
lastly, you have Vince coming in saying, dude, like I've heard about you across the ocean. Like you've completely fucked up. Like get it together. Call me. Um, so yeah, that was really the idea behind starting with that one for my brother was just this real sort of like light, fluffy,
yeah,
sort of setting the tone for it to kind of fall apart.
yeah. But almost in a backwards way though, really, right? Like because some of those things you're referring to are things that you've gotten through and done well, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So I mean, if I thinking about this album like personally for me, I would say this would be like I was really drawing upon maybe the last year of so maybe like 2018 to 2019 before I got sober. I was really trying to pick like relationships and feelings and um events from like that time frame, like so and and that was when people were calling and trying to get a hold of me, and I was
Yeah.
not interested. I was drunk. I was, I holed myself away in a room, and nobody saw me for years essentially. And that's people were trying to give a shit, but I wasn't open to it. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it means a lot now looking at that. And like you said, now you have these snippets in your songs, and I'm sure you look back and you're like, man, you have a good circle when you don't even know it, you know?
It's actually insane to think about, especially like I have always had a good support system. My brother is my best friend. I also have two sisters, one of which is also my best friend. I'm very close with my father, and so I've always had that, and now I have the most incredible wife. Her support is never ending and undying, uh, and then you bring in this new aspect of you know, everyone I've met. You take the Chapel Fire, Ryan, for example. When him and I met, it was about a year ago now, last March. He has become such a dear, dear friend. I mean, I would do anything for him. And there have been lots of people like that who have come into my life because I've put videos of myself playing and screaming on the internet. Like that is so crazy to me. I know I could reach out to like 10 people right now and be like, "Hey, I'm having a hard time." And they would call me immediately and be like, "What's up?" You know what I mean? And they're
Yeah.
strangers. I've never met them in real life, but it's beautiful. Like I don't know if you saw the video of that Bailey Pope posted today. Like she was here. She was in my fucking house. Like
Oh no shit.
uh it's a crossover episode. You got to check it out. But it's just crazy to think that like I didn't know her 6 months ago, and now we're like dear friends. It's crazy.
I love
Yeah.
her content. She's so funny.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. I
And I love
think,
what she does. Like she uses the platform in like the best way possible. Because yeah, obviously she's promoting her comedy and everything, but she uses her, expertise in storytelling and being able to weave, storylines together to make these really great bite-sized videos that and she's using it to support small artists. So I just think that's the coolest shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It all feeds off each other, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. I never really understood like, and this is going to sound stupid, but like community until probably this last year, honestly. I'm going to be 37 in a week. And, I've never really like gotten it or maybe even felt a part of one, like truly.
Yeah.
I've been a part of different groups and things, but to be a part of a community and feel like I'm part of that fabric, I don't know that I've ever experienced that until funeral language, which is so
Right.
sick.
that's awesome, man. It's always great to have something like that. That like going from like not experienced it to I had that same experience about 4 years ago when I started streaming on Twitch.
Oh, nice.
And I always thought it was just video games and shit, but there's like lots of musicians that play guitar, play drums, play saxophone. Like if you dig deep in Twitch, there's all kinds of people.
See, I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Like Joshua Travis, he has a
Oh,
he has a stream, and I found him. I found Mike
oh
Menza,
man.
Scott
Oh shit.
Carstairs, Mark from Chimera. He streams.
I had
Uh,
no idea.
and yeah, you'll have to check it out. And
Damn.
it's kind of crazy because like you can travel like from stream to stream, but you'll start noticing the same names like that people hang out, and then they get on Discord and they start playing video games together. And I'm like, hey, this is fucking cool, man. Just to
Yeah.
have something to fall back on and uh,
It's like a bunch of close pen pals, kind of like,
right.
you know what I mean? That you
I
can,
mean, truly though.
yeah. But
I love it. And I
there's so
almost
much,
feel bad if like if no one like if there are people who like don't get to experience that, like just the outpouring of like love and I mean, I'll just leave it at that. It's just love for one another and a mutual respect of the things we do, and I just think it's so cool.
Hell yeah,
I,
man.
I
I mean,
don't
it's
think
why we're
those
sitting
things are
here
by
talking
accident,
together
man.
on a fucking Saturday evening, right?
Right.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Nope, I agree. And I think Sean and I both and you sound like this type of person yourself, just speaking about this, but When we have people on the show or we talk to people in the chat, those people, they stay in our lives, whether they want to or not. Usually we're hitting people up like, hey, we see you put, a new video out or whatever. And maybe they don't even do anything like that, but we try to, we just keep up just because you want to, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we're always like, hey, that's really cool. We saw your video for this, or, or maybe they shared a personal struggle and, or I did, or Sean did, and they'll reach out or we reach out. Hey, what's going on? Like you said, people reaching out to you that, just, that wasn't as easy 20 years ago because it had to be in person, to where now you can have interactions like this, and it's no different than the person being right there in your living room, or
I mean, even though we were in the same merch line at one point,
well,
we
yeah,
didn't get to
that's
talk
true.
then.
Right, our friendship started then.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So now you're in Indiana, or
Yep, Indianapolis, right downtown.
okay, nice.
Yep.
What is that like? Is that like
That's
3 hours from us, or
that's too close
Probably-
too close to
Probably about
Sweetwater
3.5,
for
yeah.
me.
oh yeah, too close to Sweetwater, right?
Yeah. I've actually never been there, and that's kind of on
Really?
purpose, to be honest.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll end up there eventually, but it's dangerous.
Oh, for sure.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
I couldn't have that at my fingertips. It's bad enough just having their website at my fingertips.
Yes. Put the Sweetwater card away.
Oh
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely got it. It's in the wallet. Hasn't been used yet.
Yep.
And they know, man.
Rainy
They'll be
day.
Like, they'll see your bill going down. They'll be like, "Hey, you got a balance. You can purchase some things." And it's like, I know.
You're telling me like I don't know. I know exactly
Right.
how much I can spend
You're
in
almost
Sweetwater
paid
right
off. Right.
now.
Oh, your credit limit's $2,900, right? Oh shit.
Right. We upped it for you.
Giddy up.
Oh my god.
I know you didn't ask, but we just went ahead and did it for you.
Yeah.
So listen, we got these new ESP models in.
Yeah, no shit. Right.
Swear to God, all of us are gonna get on social media later and just get ESP ads for that fucking guitar.
Oh, yeah.
ESP,
Yeah.
Sweetwater, Everton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh shit. I was just thinking of something. So you man, it came and went. It'll come back to me.
That's
This
I
happens.
love that.
Hell yeah.
I was thinking about so you've been writing music. How did what was the transition to doing when you do these videos and things like that versus just writing in your basement?
Oh man, that's a good question. So probably it was about when I had the Cirque put together, right? I knew I needed to promote it. And I hadn't really done like guitar playthroughs or whatever like I do now. But I knew I had to start doing something. And if you go back on my like TikTok, you can definitely see where I'm trying to like find my way, right? At first it started with like just doing like vocal covers, and then I just did some like goofy stuff, but it was like it didn't really have any good hooks. And then, funny enough, what you see from me now sort of came about the same way that the songs that I'm writing now sound the way they do. I just wanted to have fucking fun. So I just set my camera up, and I just started, riffing and like playing guitar like I play guitar, which is like an absolute, caffeinated baboon. And that seemed to like strike a chord because, I was just being authentically me. I think a lot of people think I like act for the camera. I'm like, no, I think I tone it down for the camera. I'm bouncing around in this fucking office chair. I'm acting like a nut. Like, that's where the riffs come from, is me like getting weird.
Right.
So it's when I started doing that, people seem to gravitate towards it. And I'm like, okay, this is cool because it's like now I don't have to feel like I'm trying or constantly coming up with something, because all I'm doing is turning my phone on and just being me, which is sick.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, first, everybody I think goes through this. You start social media and you're not totally sure what your thing is gonna be. Like Bailey, for example, she didn't start doing the walk and talks until recently, and that has become her thing. You notice it right away. I think at this point, you can notice a funeral language video like right away. See, exactly. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Um, so yeah, I just sort of I knew I had to be posting because I'm not playing shows, right?
Yeah.
I'm not getting my name out there in the traditional sense. I'm not getting thrown onto these big editorial playlists. So I'm like, okay, I've got to do the social media thing. And I think a lot of people turn their nose up at it. But it's necessary. And I think I've got it kind of dialed into a point where it's like I don't need to be posting every day. That would be, I've got a normal job and 3 kids, married, all that shit. So I can't be doing that. But once a week, once every 2 weeks, throw a video up, and yeah, it's fun. I love it.
That's cool, man. How's the balance for you now that you mentioned that with the wife and kids?
It's pretty good. I'm guilty of I'm very all or nothing. I struggle with, I go through kind of peaks and valleys of like it's all I can think about. All I want to do is play guitar. All I want to do is make videos. I'd be lying if I told you I didn't fall victim to the dopamine hit of a good reel popping off. Like, who wouldn't like that? Who wouldn't
Oh
like the
yeah.
attention?
Yeah.
So I'll have one do really well, and then I'm like, oh shit, like I'm chasing the dragon now, and but I've gotten better about that. But the balance is I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better. Let's leave it at that.
That's cool, man.
What I find about making content is like I never want to make it. Like I do want to make it, but I know like being a perfectionist, like I'm going to like spend a lot of time overthinking it.
Yeah.
And like I think now I like developed a process of like like we started doing these video ads, and for a while we was just doing like a picture, and on March 20th come watch our stream, and it's just a picture and a couple flashy words, and
Digital flyer.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I got this software CapCut, and it with OBS it'll just I'll just pop up a video, put some words over top of it, and place markers throughout the song. I was telling them like this is easier than doing a damn artwork, dude. Like just like put a video, put some words, like put some animation and transitions in there, and
You're good to go.
Good to go.
And I think for the viewer, it lets people get a better grasp on what you do, you know what I mean, or what a streamer or whatever it is that you do versus just a picture to where they're gonna be like,
Right. Yep. For sure.
Yeah, like everyone is like ADD as fuck these days to where like you gotta like catch their attention like right off the bat.
Oh, dude. I'm constantly thinking of ways. How do I keep someone past the 3-second mark? That's the Instagram like benchmark.
yeah,
But it's true, you got to keep some people's attention somehow. And I feel like it's funny because I feel like I'll have a really good idea and I'll spend, you kind of alluded to, being a perfectionist and spending way too much time. It's the videos that you do that with that do nothing. It's the videos where I just literally set the phone up and I didn't even think and I just started like going. Those always do well. And I have to remind myself of that. So people want authenticity. People want raw shit. People don't care if you've thought out your video.
It's so true.
I care,
It's
but
so
nobody else cares. I have to remind myself of that constantly because I'll be like in the shower, like playing out this video. I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm just going to set my phone down and play the guitar. Like, that's all there is to it.
I have
Yeah.
a goofy ass video on YouTube, and like I didn't really make it to post it, but I'm like I got a good laugh out of watching myself dance around and like act like I'm playing guitar to like a
There you go.
real song I was making, and I put it up there, and like 300 people liked it and like commented. I'm like, what the fuck?
See? Because you're just having a good time, man. People
Yeah.
want to have a good time.
Yeah,
about these viral videos that we've seen though, you know what I mean, that are like, like the lady singing the Thanksgiving dinner foods, greens, beans, potatoes,
yeah.
like
Greens, beans, potatoes.
people love that stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like there's
yeah.
no, I mean, then
There's
there's
no
so many
thought. Just
more.
they're just riffing. They're just riffing and
Yeah,
recording.
right.
Every once in a while, you'll strike gold.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And
every
I think that's the key. Like you said, you're doing what feels good. You don't have to put a shit ton of thought into it, and
Well,
the people that want to see it will be there. You know.
and that's the other thing too, is like if I'm not having fun, then what's the fucking point? You
Right.
know, I have plenty of other things to keep me busy right now. I have, you know, a
Right.
3-year-old and a 10-month-old. Um, and you know, T-ball's coming up
Oh
and
yeah.
just work. And I'm in another band. I'm in a band. I play drums in a band, Best Noodles in Town. You know, we actively play shows and are recording. We're writing our next EP right now. So like if I get to a point where I like it feels like a chore, like it'll always feel like a little bit of work, but like in a good way. Like, you know, I like to work hard at things that feel good, right?
Yeah.
So I do enjoy, you know, the work that goes into it, the editing and whatever. Um, but I'm still having fun, you know. It doesn't feel like
Yeah.
this thing that I have to do. And
Exactly.
you know, that's the whole point.
I like the band name, by the way. Best Noodles in Town. That's catchy.
Yeah.
So it's funny because like the three of us didn't think so. We all met on Craigslist, and we didn't really think anything would come of it. And so we were just like, yeah, fuck it, best noodles in town. Um, and then we ended up like doing better than we ever thought. Like we opened for the Used last year,
No
Oh,
shit.
which
no.
was
Nice,
fucking sick.
dude.
Yeah, dude. It's actually crazy. You know how they did like 3 nights, each one album in each night. We got
Yeah.
to open for them on fucking self-titled night.
Get the
It
fuck
was
out.
insane, dude.
That's
Yes,
such a good
Yeah.
album.
yes. It was crazy. Yeah, we played. So we opened for them. We opened for Hail the Sun. Like we played some pretty fucking sick shows, and I think it's just funny that, and you know, none of us take ourselves that seriously, and you know, I think it comes through in the band name. So I think it's true to us. And again, so like again, speaking to like authenticity, you know, it's a stupid band name, but what fucking band name isn't stupid?
Oh yeah.
You know, let's roll with
Yeah.
it.
Hell yeah.
Yep, for sure.
I when you said you met on Craigslist, I just thought in my head like
Next on Dateline.
I was like, did they
Could have been. Could have been.
did they meet at like a ramen shop and come up with this name? Like,
Right. These got to be the best noodles in town.
yeah,
I don't know how we floated a DM to a local ramen place here in Indy, and like they said they would do something with us, and we haven't. We got to follow up on that because that'd be sick. If I can get
Oh
some
yeah.
free fucking noodles out of this deal,
Yeah. Noodle
let's go,
endorsement.
baby.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go.
take advantage of it.
Yes.
I could see
Now,
you
free
gotta-
funeral. I'll hold off on that. I don't need that yet.
No, 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 no.
right. Yeah, that's true. And then you
Maybe
also
a voucher
do,
for my loved ones later on.
4 funerals, no fucking wedding. I don't know why I thought of that.
yeah, that's funny. Somebody else.
Sorry, we cut you off, brother. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was gonna bring up so you talking about funny band names, and I think it's cool as shit. But so you got Don Jenver.
Dude, you did your homework. Holy shit. I love Don Denver so much. That is like the greatest band name I think I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, we jammed it. I told Sean this morning, I was like, man, I checked out this other project that he does. I'm like, it's killer too. And
Wait,
different,
how did you
know?
find it? Do I have it like mentioned somewhere? I don't even know.
Perplexity.
Yeah,
Okay.
just doing Google and AI
I
searches.
love it. I fucking love it. Dude, yeah, so so Don Jenver is the guitarist and singer in Best Noodles in Town. He is like a deathcore kid to the core. Like that is his thing. Like Emure, all that, like Despised Icon you said earlier.
Hell yeah.
Just shit like that. Or no, not Despised Icon. I'm sure that's one of them. But he loves all that shit. So yeah, he writes super heavy shit like that. And man, that's been a couple years, but it was fun, man. I busted out some like Ollie Sykes old school high screams and just
That's funny you say that. I picked up on that.
yeah,
Like,
it was a lot of fun.
Reminded me of like I don't know what album it was, but like kind of when they very first changed into like what built it up to what they are today. What was
Yeah.
that album?
Suicide
Sempiternal?
Season, or
Oh, Suicide Season was probably the turn. Yeah.
Yeah. So right in that area where I feel like he was starting to do, it was still screaming though, like they've
Yeah.
changed even more since then for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I picked up on that. That's cool, man. I was going to
Yeah.
ask you that too. Like, what are some of your influences that aren't necessarily part of your sound as vocalists, musicians, whatever?
Yeah. That's a good question. I think one of my all-time biggest influences is Aaron Gillespie for drumming. Like that dude, I've stolen so much shit for him in my own drumming style. It's not even funny. He is such a powerhouse. He's not flashy, but he does the most tasteful stuff. And he just knows how to hold it down, man. He is a power player. And that's definitely like more of like the school that I fall in for drumming. Like I'm not up there like just ripping the fastest fills, but I'll beat the shit out of some drums and I will hold it down. Um, what else? That's actually really good. So it's funny because like on the day to day, I don't listen to a ton of heavy music. I would say my most played bands right now are Drug Church and The Story So Far. Like the furthest thing from how I sound. But just killer songwriting, great songs. I think The Story So Far, I think both those bands have flawless discographies, not a single miss. And I love pop shit, like like teeny bopper shit, like Tate McRae. I fuck with that. Again, just good songwriting.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a good hook, even though I don't write any in my own music. I still
Yeah.
love it in other people's. Um, Man, what else? I feel like I just always answer just like Jordan Buckley, right? Because that's the easy thing for me to do, but now I
Right.
can't because you've taken that away from me.
I think you might have a friend in chat. Space
Space
Plum?
Plum. No idea.
No? Okay. This question, I was like, I don't know.
I think they meant
Oh,
Manowar, right? Is
yeah.
Manowar a comedy band? That's like an old band, isn't it?
I know that name.
Old metal. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that's
But
why
yeah,
they
I'm
know your
inspired
name.
by all kinds of shit. I mean, in this same vein, I mean, there was what Wars and Rumors of Wars by the Chariot is like
Oh yeah, I remember the Chariot. Yeah.
goaded for me.
Yeah.
Um, what else? What else? Honestly, I mean, Protest the Hero. They're one of my favorite bands. I know I sound nothing like them, but that's because I can't shred like they do, and I can't sing like him. Um, but they're definitely in probably my top 5 bands of all time. Huge Protest fan.
What do you do as far as do you have any kind of vocal warm-ups you do going into, some of your stuff, or do you just give it hell?
Not at all, dude. I give it hell. And
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to look at, vocals is the most like recent thing to my repertoire. I'm a drummer first,
Mhm.
guitarist second, and then when I wrote my first record in 20 shit, did that come out in 2021? I don't know. But I had to be like, okay, I gotta figure this shit out. And I think I did okay. Um, but now it's gotten to a point where I can sit down and just be on. Uh, and it just comes, it's just loud, dude. I'm just loud. I've got no technique, but I make sure to use, my chest, and I'm taking deep belly breaths. I'm not using like my throat. So I could go for hours. Like I was just tracking vocals today. I can go for hours, and the voice stays. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, I just let it rip, baby.
Hell yeah,
That's
man.
cool, man. It
Earlier
sounds
you
like you figured it out.
Yeah.
earlier you were talking about panic chords. I used to play those all the time, and now I try to play one, and I'm like, yeah, I suck at this now.
Oh God, me too, man.
I
There's all kinds of. I used to only do like I call it the Norma Jean one, and I don't really know why,
Right,
but
like the reverse.
um,
Uh-huh.
yeah, the one
but
that's
now that I like what is the one I use in all over Bailey Rubin. So in that breakdown, that ding 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 ding. It's just
Yeah,
a real easy power chord shape on the G and B strings. So it's real easy to hit, and it sounds badass. So that's been a favorite recently.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember learning like the Norma Jean one and like the It Dies Today one, and like
Oh, dude, I love It
I
Dies Today.
fucking that bloodstained bed sheet burden, the dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is sick.
Or I think you guys remember Nora?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I think they did it quite a bit too.
Hell
yeah.
yes. Yep. Yep. Yeah, there's a good bit of them. For the longest time, I didn't like learn any other ones besides the Norma Jean one, and then not until like recently, I added like three other ones that I really like. So, uh, there are some like easier ones to hit.
Yeah, that's the thing is it's like trying to catch that shape in the middle of chaos, right?
It can be tough, especially if you're not just doing like open chugging. If you have to like get to a
Right.
fret, it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, man,
Alarm clock riffs is what Jamie Joster calls them.
I love that.
Oh yeah, man.
I just had something else on the top of my head I was going to ask you
So
about.
who did your awesome artwork?
Oh man, that is Chemical Messiah. He has done both Cirque and this record, and he is the man.
Dude, it's
Um,
yeah.
That
I
is
was
sweet.
looking at the artwork on your old album too. I'm like, this looks authentic and really cool. It reminds me of like the old like almost like the Devil Wears Prada, like the statue type.
oh hell yeah.
Really cool looking.
So I actually did that one. That was a photograph that I had I was just going through an old hard drive and found it, and then I added the bird and the text. But yeah, Joshua Dunlap, aka Chemical Messiah. Yeah, check him out, man, on Instagram. His work is phenomenal. He's done work for Norma Jean, Better Lovers, all kinds of bands, and a friend of mine, oh Jeff, who does guest vocals on my song Off Script. He does that breakdown part. And he recommended him to me. And the second I saw it, I was like, sold, done. This shit's so sick.
Man, I just saw Better Lovers with Poison the Well.
Oh,
They're so
dude.
sick.
You lucked
So
out there,
good.
dude, because they
Yeah, they don't have him
vocals
anymore.
left, right?
Yeah, the
I'll be real curious to see what they do. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm grateful that it's not gonna be Josh from 68 because they obviously, announced their farewell tour. So everyone's like, oh, I gotta get Scoggin. And it's like my whole thing with that, would it be cool? Sure. Would it be what everybody wants it to be? No. It wouldn't be meet their expectations, and then everyone would just bitch about it. So I kind of hope they go with like, I don't know, a nobody, or like I think the singer from Thought Crimes would be a fantastic fit. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens there.
yeah, it's gonna be hard to match those ear piercing screams that guy.
Oh man, I fucking love Greg's vocals. I know they caught a lot of heat, bringing him in as a vocalist because not everybody fucks with Greg's vocals, but
Yeah,
he is like one of my favorites. I try to emulate him in a couple of spots on "Thank You for the Dead Body." Um, just the screams, man, and his singing. So that's the thing too. You got to find somebody who can, has that range. He can get pretty fucking up there.
yeah,
So we'll see. Plus his stage presence is like
yeah. Oh,
unmatched.
he's a nut.
Big
Yeah,
fucking shoes to fill.
yeah, dude. I didn't get a chance to see him with Dillinger. I saw Dillinger before he entered the picture, but
Oh, okay.
seeing him with Better Lovers, I was like, I had no idea this guy could scream like this. Like this shit's
Oh yeah,
nuts,
he's a
dude.
Yep.
Like the only
Hell
thing I
yeah.
could compare like his high pitch scream to is like Chad from Mudvayne, where he's just like crazy.
Funny you should say that. Also, one of my biggest influences of all time, LD50 is a perfect record to this day. It holds
Yes.
up so well. That was the record that got me into heavy music when I was like, I don't know, 13 or some shit. And it still fucking rules. Man, I love me some Mudvayne.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
so glad Sean said that because when I listened earlier to some of the funeral language stuff, I think some of your highs are like Chad's highs.
I've
Like you,
gotten that quite a bit. Yeah.
yeah, man. Like,
That's my boy right there.
yeah, he's did he just come through or he's coming through, I think.
Yeah, I think he's
Sean,
coming
didn't he?
to
Because he did like he's doing like a solo thing right now.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
doing Hell Yeah songs and Mudvayne songs.
Yeah. Which I think their third guitar player, or second guitar player, I would say, Marcus Rafferty, I think is his name. I think he's doing the guitar work for that. I don't think it's any of the
Craig.
original guys, it's just Chad solo stuff, but I'm like, that's gonna sound as close to it as possible just because he's been a part he was like a roadie for both those. I think he knew Vinnie Paul and
Oh shit, okay.
got huge ties.
Nice.
But yeah, we're big Mudvayne fans for sure.
Hell yeah.
yeah, we came up in like the whole new metal era, like in
Oh, dude. So we've got to be like the same age, right? You guys mid-30s.
early 40s.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, close enough.
Close
Yeah,
enough.
we're
But yeah,
right
I mean,
there.
new metal was massive when I was young.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of, I feel pretty fortunate to be able to pick up like, I feel like Sean and I's range comes from like all the way back from like Sepultura, like early 90s, like death metal and just industrial, and then going into like modern new metal like Mudvayne, Slipknot, and Limp
Dude,
Bizkit,
fucking
Korn,
like
all those
Static
bands
X,
too.
dude. I loved me some Static
Yeah.
X. Industrial shit, yeah.
What do
Hell
you think
yeah.
of the new Static X?
Shall I grab
I
my
have no
shovel?
idea. I'd have to check it out. Is it not good?
Well, no, I mean, just what do you
Oh.
think? Like as far as the idea, because there is another there's another band that is carrying the torch on after somebody's been gone, right? So
Yeah, so I know that they have been playing shows. I mean, they're playing shows now with someone that replaced Wayne, right? But I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't checked it out
which he's a huge.
at all.
It's the guy from what is it? Who is he from? Sean Snot or not Snot?
Dope.
Oh yeah, I was confused.
I saw I think he's doing an awesome job. I've watched quite a few of their live videos, and like he sounds
Nice.
almost exactly like Wayne. He does really good.
Which is tough because Wayne's voice is like
Yeah,
super unique.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is unique, very unique. And like I would never expect the guy from Dope because like Dope had they had a very unique sound too, and
Mhm.
really almost kind of like Dave Mustaine type sound, like it nasally and like it was in this range type sound too.
That's awesome.
Hey, are you free for a vocal feature on my next record by any chance?
Right,
Unrelated.
that one right there. Right.
Yeah, that right there. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
So what's some of your shareable secrets as far as what you're doing with
Oh
like
shit.
tone and some of your recording process and things like that?
Dude, it's funny you ask because like nothing special. I swear. Like everything you've ever heard from me is Neural DSP for Nameless Suite. I use a fucking free bass plugin, S Drive. I don't fucking know, just something I saw one day and downloaded. And I was like, this works.
Dude,
I use
it's
a
crazy.
ton
some
of
the
like
free-
stock Reaper plugins. I mean, I've got, a couple of like the classic compressors from Waves or whatever, and like a couple SSL channel strips. But at the end of the day, like to get my sound, you probably only need to spend like, I don't know, $300 between MIDI drums, Neural DSP, and a handful of plugins. The rest are just like stock or freebies I've gotten from Analog Obsession or just Reddit posts or whatever. I'm always keeping my eye out for something. But I just think if you can get the fundamentals down, which I made a concerted effort between. I guess it was more so like recording Cirque, but it's a constantly evolving just to get in the ballpark of sounding decent. I never took the recording aspect too seriously. I was just like, this is good enough for me to listen back for my own enjoyment. But like now that I'm like putting it out for other people, I'm like, I should probably figure this out a little bit more. And I think you can get like 90% of the way there, maybe like 85% of the way there with just your straight up guitar tone and stock plugins. Like
Yeah,
truly,
yeah.
I've watched so many fucking YouTube videos that, I think you're able to get like a lot of your sound just from getting the fundamentals down.
Yeah, like, all I use is audio interface, some nice monitors.
Yeah.
I use headphones to dial everything in because I don't have fancy noise isolation in here.
Yeah.
But
Oh, dude, the bass response in this room is atrocious. I've just kind of figured out at this point between a million car tests, like where it should be.
yeah,
Because like I'll be sitting here mixing, I'm like, oh, the bass needs to come up, but I'm like, I know it needs to be down in here. I know that, but it's
man,
hard to constantly fight it.
man, I saw a couple of producers. Well, one guy that we used to go to in White Lake, he
Oh,
runs
hell yeah.
he runs parallel stereo speakers with his monitors. That way, he doesn't have to go out to his car. Like he'll just switch over to the stereo. I'm like, that's fucking genius, dude.
Nice.
I love the
Hell
idea
yeah.
that there's that the car ride recording exists though. Like I hope that never goes
Yeah.
away. I think that's amazing.
Dude, I think that's just one of those like timeless things. Cause like what's the
Yeah,
first thing you want to do? Even if it's not a car test, the first
yeah.
thing you want to do when you like bounce your song is go drive around and blast it, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, even if it wasn't from a recording standpoint, just to hear it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, as far as just like I don't think there's anything I do that your average dude recording isn't doing. I really have no secrets. I just yeah. There's really not that much going on.
I just started using the SSL as well. That and I was looking at the CLA compressor. Waze makes some really good stuff. The guys on Nail the Mix always use Wave plugins as well because they're just
Yeah.
like straight to the point. There's not like 10,000 dials and parameters. It's just like here's your threshold, here's your ratio, and figure it out.
And like, there's a reason they're classics and everyone fucking uses them. Like,
Yeah.
grab what are they called, Blackie and Bluey, right? Those two compressors. I have a 1176 like FET compressor that I love. I actually have Reaper pulled up right now. Also, I get a lot of DMs asking about like my vocal sound, especially like the lo-fi vocal. It's a free
Mhm.
plugin. It's called Head Crusher by Audio Assault. I fucking love that thing. It sounds good on drums, sounds great on vocals. I've used it on guitar a little bit, but it doesn't sound as good.
That's crazy. I was just looking at their website yesterday because they had like this amp subscription to where you can like I think I'm thinking about the right software, maybe I'm not, but it's called like amp. I lost it. I don't know.
Something with an amp.
It's like an amp bundle. It comes with like 40 different amps and chorus and reverb pedals but it was like a
Oh, is
five.
that Amplitude?
No, it's something else.
No.
But it's like
Oh,
$5.
there's a million now.
I know. It's like $5 a month. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I just want to buy something one time and be done with it. I don't want these subscriptions anymore.
And that's I think like I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not a gearhead. I'm not. I just like I found it like I have a 5150 in an orange with a tube screamer. That's it as far as like physical gear. That's all I fucking need. I don't go.
Yeah.
I don't use a clean channel. I don't use overdrive. It's just, I turn it on and go. So I'm pretty simple in that aspect, and that kind of translates to doing everything digitally. Like I don't need a ton. I have one tone. You know. I do some weird I don't know if you noticed on this record, I do have like a rotary effect guitar that I like and also some like organ and I really want to explore that more. And again, those are just free. Like the organ was a free contact plugin. Native Instruments, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I mean just fucking scour the internet, you know?
Yeah, there's lots
That's
of good
cool.
free. There's a bass plugin called I think it's called I'm gonna have to open my fucking Reaper now. Hold on. I'll let you know right now. but it's like a SansAmp based plugin, and
Oh, dude, I bet I have it. I know exactly what you're talking
it's
about.
it's
It's
like it's
called
like B mod or B something.
Bod. It's called Bod. BOD.
Yeah, yep, that's it. All right,
Yep.
I can close
So,
Reaper now.
yep. I've got it. I was using that, and then for some, I think I just I switched to S Drive just because I downloaded it, and then just never went back.
Yeah,
But
look,
they're pretty close to the same thing.
yeah, look at this mess. Oh god. All right, close that.
I love it.
Yeah, I need like I need like 15 years from now when they put something out for the idiot like me that's like, all right, we already have your channels made up on you just plug an interface in and you just track. That's what I need. I just need
We're
like a
getting
click and
close,
play.
honestly.
It's getting
Yeah.
close. It's gonna be
Which
like
came a
a
long ways.
it's gonna be like an AI dog before you know it. To where you,
Oh man.
hey, I want to sound like Knocked Loose. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be tempting, to use, but there's beauty in the work,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
for sure.
I don't know if you guys saw the reel. Chris from Stop Drop Rewind. I'm sure you'd recognize him if you saw him. He makes really good TikToks and reels, and his band is really good as well. But he put out this reel saying essentially, fuck Suno AI, obviously. But the thing that really stood out about it was the quote from the guy who the CEO of Suno AI, which is the AI that makes music, right?
Yeah.
And he said, and I'm paraphrasing at this point, but essentially that people don't want to do the work, and there's too much of a learning curve to be able to create music. And it's like, how fucking that there's beauty in learning
Right.
and getting your hands dirty and making a mess and creating like you are so clearly not an artist or musician or have any creative anything in your body for you to fucking say that. Like I've
Yeah.
been doing at home recording for I don't know, like 15 years now, and I'm just now getting like semi decent at it. And it's a journey, and it's been fun, and
Yeah.
I've learned, and I can do it myself. I just thought it was so insane. It's just so out of pocket to say something like that. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I don't like it in the sense of that, the way, at least the way he came across saying that. It's one thing to have things, tools that can help you along the way, but still
Oh, for sure,
creating,
for
you
sure,
know, but not
absolutely.
just
And
like, hey, I don't want to, you put in 3 words and it writes a song for you. And, it's
yeah,
like, well, what is that? Yeah,
that's crazy.
I
No,
agree.
I mean, I would, God, if there was something that existed that would be like, you get to open a bunch of templates and be like, I'm going to go with, I don't know, Meshuggah. It's got all your tones and all your drum library already
Right,
right
just
there.
half-ass.
It's like,
Yeah,
let's fucking go, baby.
yeah. But then you get the same
Hold on,
thought to where
that's
it's
like
like,
$1 million idea, dude. You should fucking
Yeah.
get on that.
right, we'll come back to this one day and we're gonna be like,
Yeah.
he said it.
I'm
But
on.
no, it is crazy too. What would you say to the younger self of you starting 15 years ago recording versus now? Was there any kind of hurdle or setbacks for you to where now you're like, damn it, all I needed to do was this or that, and it was actually an easy work through, or not easy, but you know what I mean?
I think just like, I'm really, I'm guilty, especially my younger self, of like wanting to take shortcuts and wanting to do things the easy way, even if there like isn't an easy way. So to finally like sit down and be like, okay, I am going to figure this out from the ground up. I'm not just gonna find the bullet points, online and try to just piecemeal it together based on how I think things should be to really understand what's happening. Like
Yeah.
what's happening in that compressor, what's happening in this like multi-band compressor, all that shit. I've always wanted to find like the easier, softer way. And sometimes there just isn't. And so just to be able to, I would just, I would say, Vinny, fucking buckle down, grab some caffeine, and like learn. Take the time to learn.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
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 You got to put the time in,
You
and I
can.
think that's
100%.
that's the hardest part for me right now. Like, because You know, Sean's pretty good at recording. For me, I can do like I have Reaper and I got another program that I'll use, but I can do like a basic track, no edits. Um, but it's about the time. And like you said, dad of three, I'm a dad of three, a fourth on the way, older in
Oh,
life,
nice. Congrats.
thanks. Yeah. So you know, the hustle bustle of life gets in the way too, to where uh it takes a little longer,
Yeah.
you know.
I
But
think it's, that kind of made me think of something else. It's like the more I have going on in my life, like namely kids, like the more it's driving me to want to do this better, like this music thing, because my son, he's almost 4, but man, he's got it. Like he's got it. The way he's taken to I have an E-kit which he's inherited, and guitar, man, and he's gonna be something. So I'm like, okay, it literally drives me to do better because I'm like, this kid's coming for me. This kid's gonna be watching my every move. I better know what the fuck I'm talking about when he asks me, what does that do? How do I do that? How can we make it sound like this? You know what I mean?
yeah,
And it gets to, like, there are some days where it's like, I don't know, we'll have like a BNet show on like a Tuesday. I'm like, I don't want to fucking do that. It's like, no, I got to do this because my kid's gonna come watch me, and he I want him to have a dad who went after what he believed in, and
yeah.
he did the things that he was passionate about, and it didn't matter if it was a Tuesday or a Friday night. It didn't matter if it was to just bands and their girlfriends, or if it was to the sold out fucking Old National playing for the used. Same, it's the same thing. I'm gonna show up and give like 100% because of him, man. So it's sick, and I didn't think he was gonna like drive me this hard, but it is.
That's awesome
Yeah,
because
for
you can
sure.
pass the torch and like you can tell them all the aspects of what you've learned with like recording, playing music, how to promote yourself, and all kinds of shit that like I wish I would have had someone to like, okay, how did you do that?
Yeah. No, and I think about that like probably every day, all the things that I'm doing right now. If he's interested in this world, which I think he will be, the kid knows like Kiss deep cuts. We'll be up here. He's like, let's rock out. I'm like, okay, I'll give him the mic and he'll sing. And he's like singing Kiss songs I've never even heard of. And I'm like,
Really?
dude, like, what? It's hilarious. So I think he will follow in this path.
Hell yeah.
And to be able to, and I think I'll give him these tools. And I mean, you know how kids' brains are. They operate differently. They're not filled with clutter. They explore differently. They click without fear. They do things without the fear of making a mistake, and it ends up being sick. So I think I'm gonna. My dream is, and I hope it happens, that I'll sort of like pass what I know to him, and I just think he's gonna run with it. So we'll
So what
see.
got him in? Are you a Kiss fan, or did he just?
I am not. That would be his grandpa.
That's awesome. My dad's a
I'm
huge
more
Kiss
of
fan
I'm more
too.
of like Motley Crue. If I'm going like old hair metal, I'm doing the Crew for sure. But it's funny though because like I always dogged Kiss, and I'm listening to some of these songs. I was like, that's a fucking lick right there. I was like, these dudes got some licks that I never would have known.
Oh yeah.
Nope. These,
If you can get past the like people are gonna jump on me for this, but like if you can get past like Detroit Rock City and some of the songs that you've heard 8 million times, but
yeah, yeah. There's
uh
some, yeah, man.
Dr.
There's like
Love and like
Love It
I like
Loud. I was like, this is a fucking jam, dude. I've
yeah,
never
I
heard
like some of
this.
that shit too. My dad was a huge still is huge Kiss fan and
Okay.
but that was kind of like I don't know, they're probably like the Manson of their generation, or you know what I mean? Like with the makeup and
Yeah, yeah.
it's kind of crazy how each different generation has had their own like I don't know what you want to say, like
We had
gi-
Mudvayne and Slipknot.
yeah, gimmicky, not even
Yeah,
gimmicky, but
yeah.
you know,
I
like
mean, kinda.
yeah,
It's for sure a gimmick. Yeah.
yeah, like Elvis
It's
even
just,
was really a gimmick type of shock and awe
yeah.
musician, you know, not so much like makeup or nothing, but um
No, what's
yeah.
crazy
Well,
is like
I'm gonna keep funeral language gimmick free for as long as I can, but I won't rule it out.
Dude, yeah, you got to start painting your face and
Lighting your guitar on fire. Yeah.
Never say
Oh my
never.
God. That would actually be sick. Lighting a guitar on fire for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could go out and play like Cradle of Filth type stuff. Like Kiss looks like they're pissed off, but they're just like playing rock music. Like what the?
Yeah, yeah. The music didn't match the
Oh, dude, that's how
some
I
of the
felt
songs.
when I was so late to Ghost. I just assumed they were like heavy based on how they looked, and then I finally heard a Ghost song, and like I couldn't compute based on like the visual versus what I was hearing. I mean, it's sick. The songs are cool.
Yeah.
I remember when like it was Circe, I think was the name of the song. This is like probably a decade ago now, but I was like, oh, not what I was expecting.
Yeah, yeah. It's I love it, man. I love it. You know,
Yeah.
speaking of, we were talking about just I see in the chat here, but like Plan B is somebody that Sean's known for quite a while, and we've talked back and forth on here, but that's part of that community, like we're talking about, where it's, just what do you want to say? People in your corner, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
So now I was reading something about because you program drums, right? For
Yep.
your stuff. What do you do to keep it as organic as possible? You
Yeah, I
know.
mean, I definitely think being a drummer first, that helps. I'm not
Oh
out
yeah,
here programming insane double kick parts or fills that aren't possible.
yeah,
And like a lot of the times I'll be sitting here like thinking like how would I play this? Like which crash would I go to? Like what feels natural? Like what is the fill? Like I air drum most of the parts as I'm writing them. And I've been programming drums for so long now that I can click them in so fucking fast that I'll be on my way. Um and there's nothing flashy about the drums. And again, like I said earlier, I'm not the flashiest player in real life. So why would I, program drums to be super flashy? I'd rather just have them hold down the fort and do gnarlier stuff with vocals or guitar. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, man, I think being a drummer definitely helps. And then just I try to I won't program anything that I personally can't play. And just making sure I'm like feeling it out like for real, like how I would play it.
yeah. Is it ever a thought that you could possibly do live drums on something for yourself, or?
Um, it's crossed my mind. I just feel like it would be such a hurdle right now, just like
Space and
it just I mean like so like I wouldn't want to do it. I could, but I don't really like playing funeral language songs on drums. Like sometimes when we go to the practice space for best noodles, like before everyone's there, or if we have a little time, I'll just kind of plunk around on one of my songs, and like it doesn't do anything for me. Like that, it's not what I want to play drums on. So I'd have to pay someone to track it, pay for the studio, pay for which is all well and good, but got a lot of other shit to pay for with
oh yeah,
kids and everything else. Um, and then I could do it myself, but I'd have to get a new audio interface. I'd have to get a bunch of mics. It'd be another learning curve, which eventually I do want to learn how to record real drums, but it's not the time. So I think come record two, I've had a few people offer in the past to do the drums. I think it'll ultimately come down to just like a finance thing. So
yeah,
we'll see. I think I fully intend on at least getting I'm running Modern and Massive right now, which it doesn't really fit my sound. I feel like I want something a little bit more like natural sounding. Kurt Blue, God City drums sound really good. There are some mixed wave drums that I think would sound really good with my style. Um, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
that's cool, man. I don't want to take away from program drums either because I think it's a great tool and uh, it's really hard to tell if I mean most people probably can't. You know what I mean?
And I do think about it, and I make sure like if the beat was like dun, dun, ga, ga, dun, I wouldn't do the two ga ga at the same velocity. I'm like, the second one's obviously going to be like a little bit softer. Like I'm not, some guys will program their drums and everything's at 127.
Yeah.
Like everything's just maxed out. It's like, okay, like let's think like how would a drummer actually hit this, or how, if you're going
Yeah.
into the fill, it's probably going to start with more velocity than it ends. Just shit like that.
Yeah.
To try to bring a little bit of humanness to it,
That's
because I do
huge.
think it is a killer tool, but just like anything else, it can be like misused and sound bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Just that you can take something computer generated and put the human back into it. You know what I mean? Just doing
Oh, for sure.
little
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah,
Reaper
I
makes
like
it
a lot
super
of
simple
those.
too. Like I don't trust it enough at this point, but you can like humanize it, and like it'll like randomly, you can like, have you used it, Sean, before?
Yeah.
Humanize the velocities and the hits and everything, so not everything's dead on the grid.
Yeah, I use Easy Drummer 3, and it has well, it used to have humanize to where it was a knob, but now it's just like a built-in feature. And I don't know what they
Gotcha.
did, but it actually sounds a lot better. Usually, uh, I'm a big advocate for Tune Track. I've been using them for like almost 15 years now, and
Oh, okay.
I view it more as like a writing tool because they'll give you like 3,000 uh, pre-programmed beats where all the
Yeah.
velocities are already set for you. But I'll take what they give me and I'll customize it because it never matches up quite with what you need. But
Yeah.
it's for me it's like a really good tool to like get a feel for a song, or like maybe I can't think of like a riff and I'll just lay some drums out and start playing along to it. And
Yeah.
but I've been trying to get back to writing rather the riff first, or creating like a soundscape throughout the whole song to where the whole song sounds like a vibe before I even
Yeah.
start like recording, because I notice a lot of modern music, it has like ambiance, and like Matt and I were just talking prior to this about wanting to add more of that stuff to our music. And I like that stuff. It creates a vibe even, and it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's like guitar or synth or whatever helps get you to the sound you're looking for.
Yeah, for sure.
It could be a clip, it could be a movie clip, or like your voicemails, things like that. Like if you take that stuff out of the song and what
Oh
you're
yeah,
left
and
with, you're
I
like,
mean, you could
damn.
take stuff like that and pitch shift it down and slow it down, so it's not even like voices. It's just like
Right.
all of a sudden it's just like this weird like texture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever
I
seen
admittedly don't mess with stuff like that
It's
probably
actually a
nearly as much as
dolphin.
I
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see that clip on TikTok? But it's Justin Bieber and he's talking about one of his songs, and it's like a melody in his song that sounds like an instrument. He's like, no, that's just my voice, and they slowed it or they sped it up.
Oh,
And
nice. I love
and
stuff like that, dude. I
yeah, I'm
love
like,
little
you would have
studio
never
tricks like
thought that.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
can't remember what song it is, but a lot of those people, I don't think people realize, like, you take a person like Charlie Puth. You ever see some of the stuff
Oh,
that guy
I
does?
was literally just gonna mention him. He does so much incredible
Holy
stuff.
cow, man! Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
because he'll just
I
take
love
like
Charlie.
or he'll figure out what like a note is from, somebody hits their head on something. He's like, oh, that's a C, and then he'll play it. He'll build a whole song around it. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran's another one I think that does a lot of the like
Yep.
looping and shit like that.
Yeah.
There's
Hell
talent
yeah.
behind all that. I think.
Absolutely. Dude, oh, I will back like pop music stars like Justin Bieber all day, dude. Ed Sheeran, all that. They're wildly, wildly talented.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
man, I've been listening to Juice World a lot. Like that guy was talented as hell, man. Like
Absolutely.
yeah.
and I didn't really uh I don't know, that it's like a whole different universe. What that I'm usually in the metal slash rock slash like electric music type stuff, but like I don't I don't really go into the rap world much, but like every once in a while, I'll put on some rap, and I listening to that the other day. I'm like, man, the melodies that he had behind his music, and just awesome.
It's one of those things where it's like, you know, when something is so well executed, you don't notice how many elements there are to it. But then when
Yes.
something's like gone, you're like, well, wait a minute. I feel like that's a lot of the times with like hip hop. I'll turn that on like rap, just the Apple Music like rap station when I'm working. Like I just think it's good like work music. Um, and a lot of like there'll be like a little like piccolo solo or something, or like just
Yeah,
Right.
weird stuff
yep.
happening all over in the headphones. I'm like, man, that's fucking sick.
Hell
There's like
yeah.
more going on than you would think.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure, man. I love how people are like bringing back like the 1980s synth to where everything
Oh
sounds like
yeah.
really colorful and shit. And
Hell yeah.
yeah, yeah, like it inspired me a couple years ago. I got so I started recording like 8 years ago, and I was just going song after song after song. Like I had like 40 different song ideas, and like 20 of them had been done. I'm like, I'm kind of burnt out, so I started messing around with synthesizers, and that was really refreshing. And I put out like an EP,
Nice.
and but now I'm back in like the metal stuff, but I still got like the electric stuff on the side that I'm like, I've been needing to do this forever.
It's good to flex that muscle, dude. I
Yeah,
think like every once in a while, I'll just get a wild hair and I'll open a new session and I'll pull in, you know, different like some like synth plugins or some like like different like drums and stuff that I typically never use. Um and just mess around. Or like that's the thing I always say about like listening to pop music. I think like when I listen to pop music, I end up writing better metal. Like I don't know if my brain just wants to hear metal, so like that's what I end up like writing. Um, I don't know. I think there's something to it. And you also bring a good point about like people bringing back sounds. Like I think we're in a really good spot for metal coming back around. Like I think people are wanting more like raw, um,
Oh
straightforward,
yeah.
in your face, realistic shit
yeah,
than overproduced. Everything's on the grid, like everything's perfect, which is great for me because I've always, I've never really gone that route. But, so like on this record, for example, like there are, on any of the singing, like I didn't use auto tune. I probably should have in a couple of spots, but I get there. It's good. It's not supposed to be pretty.
right.
It's supposed to be, a little unhinged. And I'm not singing a ton. It's just kind of accenting here and there. And the breakdown on fuck. Thank you for the dead body at the end. Like those chugs, dun 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 dun. Dun, should they have been like mapped to the grid? Probably, but I didn't. Like if you listen in headphones, you can tell they're it's human.
It's a hair off.
It's
Yep.
fucking human. It's not perfect, and that's how I wanted it. And I think people are like, I think we're coming back around. So I think I'm in a good spot. If I keep kind of morphing this sound, I kind of want the next record to sound like a little grosser, but like still better produced. If I can somehow mesh the two worlds of having maybe, and I think that'll come down with like roomier drums, right? To really bring that like, I don't know, this was recorded in a garage. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But man, I love that just like gross sound.
Hell yeah. I like it when the guitars are rushing just a little bit, just like a hair above the grid. Like that, it just feels natural to me. Like
And you can manipulate, when everything is perfect, everything it loses its feeling.
yeah,
When you can rush or pull back a little bit, you can make your listener feel a certain way because of that.
yeah.
So I think it's a benefit.
Oh, for real.
If you can do it, I mean, because
Yeah.
like
Oh,
I
for
play drums
sure.
to a click, and like I will drag or push in certain spots, but if you can't play to a click, then that
Uh, yeah.
then it's just not gonna work.
It,
So,
took me a long time. It still fucks with my head sometimes, like because I'll create riffs that like had like these off time chugs, and the net and the metronome, like, it doesn't go with the metronome. But it sounds right, so I just keep it in there.
Yeah. Hell yeah,
If,
dude.
if it's good, it's good. That's what my
That's
producer.
right.
That's what my producer friend told me. He's like, most of the time you should just go with your first instinct. And
Dude,
uh,
yes, I will say like one of the biggest. So two thoughts. The two parts on this record that really seem to connect with people are parts that I wrote on the spot, first take, vocals, first take, words made up on the spot. The breakdown of Bailey Rubin was just made up on the spot, all of it. The pattern, the breakdown, the vocals, all of it. Just off the cuff. Nothing changed. I changed two words but other than that, and then rain check. I knew I wanted to have a part where it was just drums wailing and screaming, and so it was the like noon on a Saturday or something, and I threw it together and I hit up Ryan Chapel Player. I'm like, hey, I want you on this. He's like, cool, send it over. Let's do it right now. I'm like, oh fuck, like I don't have words, I don't have lyrics. Let me think of something real quick. And so I threw down what came to me in the moment. And I sent it to him, and he was like, "Oh, I was just fucking around, man. You could take your time." I was like, "No, let's run with this. Let's do this." Like, and the fact that like it was those two parts that were like they just happened. They just fell out of me, and they also are the ones like connecting with people. I really think there's something to that.
yeah,
I didn't overthink a lot of things on this record. I wrote Inhumane in one fell swoop. I just sat down. I was like, I need a quick riff. I need something to open the record with a ton of impact. And it just fell out of me. And it's a minute and a half. I'm like, could this be long? Could I make this a song? I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, just go with it.
yeah,
So there's that, like, just going with your gut. And then two, follow your mistakes. You can have an idea of where you think the song is going, but the song might take you somewhere else. And a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
people, but dead ass, and a lot of people will be like, "Oh, or like I'll misfret something, or I'll fuck something up with the drums." I'm like, "Well, wait a minute, that could be sick." And more times than not on this record, I followed my mistake, and and what came of that is what ended up on the record.
hell yeah. It's it's a very odd process when you're writing a song, and like you said, like in your mind it's gonna go this direction, and then the song's like, nah, what you did back here, you should just stick with that.
Dude, I'm a firm believer that like the songs, I think they like write themselves. Like this EC 1000 just has different riffs in it than my Ibanez Destroyer. Like it just does. I could pick up this guitar and play the same riff, and it'll feel so much better on this guitar than does the other one. They just inspire you to play differently.
Yeah,
And I just
Oh
think
yeah, for
songs
sure.
mostly, for the most part, they kind of write themselves.
hell yeah, yeah.
I might sound totally fucking crazy. You guys
No,
might be
no,
like,
no, no,
what the
no.
fuck is it? But
The-
really, I do
What is he
believe that.
talking
I mean,
about? No.
even if we are crazy, this is a crazy show. So
Right,
we're in the
right.
we're in the right spot. No.
Even from like a structure standpoint, like you ever come up with a riff and you start building a song and then you're like, wait a minute, like this belongs way over here. And next thing you know, you're flip-flopping bits and pieces of what you
Absolutely.
have.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
yeah, I definitely think like you said, following your gut on what might be a mistake is possibly the resolution too.
Yeah. I mean, I think about Bailey Rubin was largely a rewrite. I wrote the song around that breakdown. And then I had a song, and it just wasn't like the verse was just giving me like this. It was too like, I don't know, like Godsmack. It was too radio rock. It was just a little too boring. And then I was playing through it, and I misfingered the riff, and I was like, well, wait a minute, like, well, that might be fucking sick, and that's what ended up being the actual song,
Oh yeah.
like the main riff and that it kicks off with. So yeah, I'm a firm believer in my fingers know more than my brain does, I think.
Sick.
Yeah, man. Do you know we had a guest on the show a few episodes back, but do you know the band Wounded Touch?
I've heard of them, yeah.
So a friend of ours, Nick Holland, which used to be in a deathcore band called In Hell Followed With. Um, but they write similar kind of to your type of stuff. I know he's got several of the same influences. You should check that band out.
No, I will for sure.
Might be a collab down the road or something.
Hell
And
yeah.
they're doing
Absolutely.
pretty good. I think they just I don't know, what did they play, Sean? Did they play Furnace Fest or something? I feel like he
I'm
told us
sorry, I
they
had to turn my volume down. There's something happening outside. I don't know if someone's screaming.
Oh,
Oh,
Uh,
that sounds scary. Lock your doors.
yeah, I'll be right back. Keep the conversation going.
Yeah, for sure.
that's super
Yeah,
good.
but I know so it's kind of funny though to just to see the change in that guy's music because they were just a straight up deathcore band like early 2000s.
Okay.
And I never knew he even liked anything like that, and
Yeah.
now they do like I think they pride themselves on just being chaotic and but it rips, dude. I like a
It's
lot of
just
the
fun. Like I couldn't imagine like being in a tough guy band and pretending to be tough. Like I'm like that's just not like I'm a goofy dude. Like I want to play not super spazzy, but a little chaotic, little rock and roll, like throwing the tough guy stuff here and there, but like I want to be moving around having a good time. I don't want to just stand there and be like, yeah, I'm fucking
right.
tough. Like
Right.
no thanks.
The,
Hate to be that guy, but it is past my bedtime, and
oh,
I'm
it's all good,
curious
man.
how long we were going for.
Oh yeah, we can definitely wrap it up here. I was just gonna say real quick too. I appreciate I like a lot of the stop starts in your stuff, man. I don't know if you notice it, that it
Give me
happens
an
that way, but
example. Like I don't know
well,
if I
even
know
like the
quite
song
what
that
you
we
mean.
opened the show with,
Oh yeah,
a lot of those pauses in between, and it's letting it's letting the room air out like in between some of that stuff. I think that's a key signature in your sound as well.
hell yeah. I was curious, especially with this record, like because I did make a concerted effort to just have it like once it starts, I just wanted it to go, and that was when I pieced everything together and was like listening to it, I was like, I think there needs to be some breathing room. And so that's where kind of the voicemails came into play. Like I didn't want it to be a ton. I didn't want interlude tracks. I fucking hate that shit. But I just felt like there had to be a little bit of space for you to be like, okay, I just got pummeled by 3 songs, 4 songs, whatever it is, and then you get a little breather. So I think it executed well. I could be wrong, but I think it still like is all gas with just enough like breather to be like, okay, all right, on to the next one.
Yeah, for
Hell,
sure.
hell yeah, dude. I'm so excited to see what you're going to do in the future because, like, I just see your sound evolving a lot more as you go, and it's gonna be cool to watch that.
I'm also very curious. I have not like picked up the guitar and like tried to write an anything for like a next EP or next album yet. Because honestly, like I just want this to like sit for a minute. And the idea of starting that whole process again. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a little daunting,
yep.
But I am very excited. I think especially when I like get new drums, and get those all dialed in and maybe I'll move on to another, neural DSP or STL tones or who knows. I think that'll kind of spark me to really want to dig in and start the writing process
Uh,
again. But
I would
I'm
hi-
curious to see what the next batch of tunes sounds like. That's for sure.
I would highly recommend checking out Wave Mind. That they make Nessa rectifier amp sims that are
Oh
reasonably
hell yeah,
priced, but they just sound beefy. They sound really cool.
hell yeah.
I just started using it about 6 months ago, and it was one of those amp sims like you open it up and you just like hit an open chord, and you're like, I didn't have to do
Like, oh,
anything.
this sounds good.
I
Dude,
didn't.
that's how I was with the Fort Nameless suite. I'm like 90. Actually, let me look. I am pretty sure the tone that I used on my record is the default tone. One
Nice.
sec. I'm almost dead ass.
Hell yeah.
certain. I changed the default. I changed the
That's great.
mics. Yeah, I changed the mic settings, but like out of the box, it sounds monster.
Hell yeah.
So there are no secrets here. You literally download the software, use the default tone, and you're in funeral language land.
EC 1000 Fort Nameless, you got it.
You got that's it. That's literally it.
Well, dude, we're glad to have you on tonight, dude. Is any plugs as far as people to find you on the internet?
Yeah, no, this has been an absolute blast. I am the most active on Instagram. I do have a proper YouTube, but I just post all the same reels as shorts, so it's all the same. But yeah, Instagram, that's the spot. And then Bandcamp, I'm out of CDs, but I might do another run if anyone's wanting a CD. But you can download all my stuff there. I think it's Name Your Price, or like $5 and Name Your Price if you want to pay more. But yeah, Bandcamp, Instagram, those are probably the big ones.
Awesome, man. Well, once again, everybody, Funeral Language. We're glad to have you on, dude, and the music rips. We're looking forward to more, and keep us in the loop. We'll be chatting.
Absolutely. You're part of my community now, whether you like
Yes,
it or
that's
not.
right. We're
yeah.
growing, everybody. Yes, everybody viewing, everybody
Yeah.
lurking too. We're all here together.
Don't even have to do
We
the,
love our lurkers.
don't even have
Yep.
to do the blood oath. You can just
Right.
Well, we'll talk about that off camera.
damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
all
sure.
right.
All right, gentlemen. I'll be in touch.
Everyone,
Yep,
Thank you so
for sure.
much.
everyone
All right,
have a great
everybody.
night.
Have a good night.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Yep.